Hello Ryan. So this is the taking apart my GAN 356X. Now I do have the excess here, but as you know, I just set it up, so I don't really want to disassemble it yet. I'm gonna be taking just a standard X, and it's so you can hear it's pretty dry, kind of catchy. Corner cuts amazingly, but so I'm gonna be taking this thing apart and I'll show you how I set it up. Now I know you're probably not gonna have all the same lube, but it's going to be just help. So what I do is I align this about right here. I don't know if you can see that, about that far. And I use my thumb and index finger on the edge, and I use other fingers to just gently pull the corners away from it and just gently slide it out. Should be a little bit like this, just like that. And now you can just carefully take one corner out, spread the centers a little bit, and now you should be able to just start pulling pieces out. And then you can just like do this and pieces just naturally come out. There goes one in my lap. It's just dandy. Okay, so here it is. Now your core might have hair and stuff. You also have your core. This is a very nice core. Of course, though, it is still one of the plastic ones with the screws, unlike the XS. But pieces, as far as, I'm not gonna clean them all right now because they are pretty dry, but I don't know if you can see, there is a little bit of residue on there. It's not completely dry. You can probably see it. Let me focus there. There we go. Yeah, you can see a little bit. So what I would do in that case is take a tissue, paper towel, damp cloth. You don't really want to touch the screws that much with wet stuff, of course. And you just gently wipe it, just get the whole piece, just make sure it's clean, and then you can set it back up. Now, I already lubed the core. If you want, I have something like 50K right here, and I would put it on the insides, right where the screw makes contact with the center. So that would be, for instance, right there, just like right where it makes contact. Put a drop on all those. Also, I gotta take these center caps off. Hang on, I got a better idea. These are super annoying. You also can put it right directly on where the nut makes contact. So that's another option. I don't normally do that though, because I don't normally have like screw grinding sounds ever as an issue. But you can if you would like. So what I'm gonna do now is once you clean it all out, you just start to reassemble. So I don't know if you've ever done reassembly. Seems like you might not have because you're afraid to take it apart. Don't worry. Don't have to loosen it. If you do, it's not the end of the world, and thankfully GAN uses the GS nuts, so you will get your perfect tensions back, unlike some other cubes of mine where I tried to clean them and did not get the perfect tensions back, and I have not decided to really make an effort to ever get them back. But that's why I like GS nuts, because I can loosen it if I have to and always get those tensions back. All right, so when you reassemble, just start with like a 2x2 block like this. I'm just gonna build off of white because I feel like it. And don't worry, this is especially for you. I'm not gonna really have anybody else watch it because I don't think anybody else really needs to. But I don't know, maybe I'll make it public. You tell me when I get it published and uploaded. So yeah, once you get to, now there's two methods to lubing. One is just using like premium type, just like normal lubricants, like for instance D&M, Silk, maybe something like Compound V5, depending on Speedy, just stuff like that. I have some more over there, I don't know. And then there's also silicone, like 50K. This stuff is a little bit different, and I'm gonna show you that method. I'm not gonna actually put any on here right now just because of breaking time. I'll just get to it. So putting in these pieces. So you want to put in, essentially, for the method we're using, in your case you'd be using weight 5. You want to build one layer and all but one piece in the second layer, and that would be this edge. right here. So what you would do is pretend that this was off when I was squeezing. You'd put a light amount, just like right. So here, I don't know if you can see this. So right, this white, right where it's touching, you put some right there. I'd maybe put some in the tracks here, just like a little coating all over here. Definitely get some on the honeycomb parts because I know that your XS probably has that too. Just get it all over. Not too much though. You don't want to load. You want to just very ever so slight coating. Then you would take this without, you'd probably hold it like this. You don't want to really touch it and get it all over you. Push that in there. And then you build the last layer and you make sure to not, well, like if you were to set the piece down, it would like cushion onto it. Just make sure it's nice and light. Don't press it and get lube all over. That'd be gross. So right here you can see getting this put in, so you would just put them back in like normal. If something feels like it's not going to go in, it probably will. Just don't apply like loads of force is what I would say. So excuse me. Okay, so pretend that this piece still has it. You would then put in all your corresponding edges, corners respectively, and you get to the last two corners. Well, last corner, you want to put a very light amount right here on the stalk, like right there, and you put a light amount on there, just very light. And you take this last edge, and again, I'd put it about right here, spread these apart, and this thing should go in just pretty easily here. Should go in about like, now Gans have very nice anti-pop mechs, so it might be a little hard to get in, but don't stop trying. It should go in like that. And so now the break-in time, I'd say you'd need to do maybe like 50 to 60 solves to really get that. Otherwise, it's going to feel like really blocky. It's going to feel like that. And this side might not have it yet, so it might feel like that. You want to just do, you know, a bunch of turns, just like break it in. You just want to, yeah, you just want to like mix it in there really nice and well. Just break it, pretend I'm breaking it in. And then just do some solves. And the second method then would be to use something like these. For instance, my setup, at least for the XS, would be, again, just the drop of this on the corners and the edge. And I would put silk. So what you would do is, you can see this corner stalk right there. It's white. I would put one drop here, then go back to the opposite corner, put one drop there, and then just break it in. And then if you need more, it's better to use less and then go to more. You can't really take lube out of it once you put too much in. And if it's feeling a little sluggish still from this, I would put, this is the mint smelling stuff. I'd either put Compound V, well, 5V, depending on what you want to call it, or DNM. DNM will not make it smell as good, and it might not last quite as long, but either one's a good option. I don't know what other lubes you have, but the Weight 5 should be okay. But yeah, that's basically how you set up a cube. Clean it. Hope this was clear and hope it makes sense.